Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes remote online notarizations. Head on over to Amazon today and get your copy. You'll be glad you did. Hey guys, it's Vanessa Terry here with Notary to Notary, and I want to show you guys how I was able to get started as a notary signing agent making $10,000 a month. When I first got started in 2015, I had no idea how lucrative this business was. So much so that I was able to quit my full-time job in 2016. Over the next few years, I've had so many successes and failures that I took all of them and bundled them up into a training program just for you. The training is available at notarytonotary.com, and there are two programs that you can register for: the Notary Signing Agent Training and the e-Notary Training. Make sure that your state licenses e-notaries before you register for that training. Once you register, you'll have instant access to the online training platform, as well as access to our live weekly interactive webinars with replay capabilities. Ready to get started? Register today at notarytonotary.com. Until then, happy signing!
Interested in working remotely from home with the ability to set your own schedule? Then contact Notary to Notary. Our online training program teaches individuals everywhere how to create and run successful notary businesses nationwide. Whether you're looking for supplemental or full-time income, we'll teach you the benefits of being a business owner, including time and financial freedom. Visit notarytonotary.com to learn more about our training program.
I forgot to turn my video on. What's up, guys? I was actually trying to finish this e-notary. But I see, you know what? I might as well just go live and let you guys know what I'm doing. Trying to wrap up this e-notary. Please select the checkbox. And send. Okay. That's also the clock on the wall. Hey, happy Tuesday. Today's a great day to be a notary. I want to talk to you guys about quite a few things. You guys have my undivided attention for the next maybe hour. We're going to work through some things and ask questions. So it's 5:40. I'm here until 6:40. This is the time to put your questions on the table, darling. Okay? Put your questions on the table. All right? I just sent a quick text message that it is e-signed and we are through. So you guys know I had a e-closing. Just had to make a correction. Please view new document. Hey guys, what questions do you have? I have stuff for you guys too, but I can do questions while I do this. And select checkbox, please. Thank you. Ta-da! All right. How can you stop being afraid? Let's talk about it, Valerie. I'm going to close this door so you can't hear all that's going on. Well, I'm going to crack it a little bit. Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of You Can Do This, okay? We're going to talk about everything, so get your popcorn, get your paper, get your notepad, get your special pen. Shout out to Sharon, who gave me this really cute special pen. Sharon Mayweather, she's the best. And she gave me this. I started using my Post-its, but super cute. Thank you, honey bunny. Gifts are awesome. Oh, she gave me this too. Super cute. Thank you, babes. Okay. So let's talk about it, okay? How can you stop being afraid? Oh, wait, that wasn't first. Hold on. Let's do the first question. What is the best business credit card to start with? So, great question, and I'm going to unpack it for you, okay? First things first, business credit is a very, what's the word? It's like a puzzle. We were talking about that when we had our business credit class in person this past weekend and then like 2 weekends before. It's like a puzzle. You just got to figure it out, right? It's like Monopoly. And you want to have a lot of things set up first if you go over in that business credit course, but there are a lot of different credit cards you could start with. But so it's two ways you can go about doing business credit. You can do one where you solely build up that business's credit by itself. If you start with just that, you typically won't get a business credit card initially. You'll get like store credit accounts and net 30 accounts. Guys, I just got my hair done. And bear with me, y'all know sometimes it hurts as soon as you get your hair done. I'm half tempted to take this down, but I'm trying to keep my peace. Store credit accounts, net 30 accounts, things like that you would start with. Or if you wanted to personally guarantee your credit cards, then you can typically start out the gate with credit cards. If you're not personally guaranteeing it and it's a brand new business and you don't have cash flow or cash in the bank for it, typically you're going to start out with store credit accounts. And I will give you an example of some of those. Okay. So where is my business credit class? Here it is, Business Credit 101 and 102. So this right here is going to give you all that you need to know for business credit, but let's talk about it. So some store credit accounts you guys I'm sure have heard are like Quill, Granger, next levels like Get Divvy, Corpay, it's a lot of them. Shell gas card, BP gas card, Office Depot, Staples, but there's levels to it and they're looking for certain things. And so I don't recommend just going right out the gate and applying for stuff because you might get denied, okay? Because they're looking for certain things. And so in that training, I'm teaching you how to do that. So you have to determine first, you need an LLC, okay? But you need to determine first, are you going to build it solely business credit by itself, or are you going to personally guarantee some of those credit cards, which will build it faster if you have good credit? If you're not going to do that, then you have to build it either with cash flow or starting off with those smaller accounts and building it up that way. Okay, let's see. This is a question time. We're going to talk about it. So if you have questions, put it in the chat. We're going to talk about it. All right, Valerie said, how can you stop being afraid? So several things. One, you don't have to not be afraid. You can do it afraid anyway. But I think that one, training helps. So get into the training, because usually a lot of times we're afraid because we don't know something. So we're afraid to mess up because we're not comfortable in our skin or comfortable doing this new task. You can also practice. Like in the notary signing agent training part 2, there are sample loan docs in there. You can print those off and have somebody pretend to be a signer and just practice like that. But really, it's just getting out there and, you know, shooting your shot. Okay. Yeah, that's what I would say. Let's see. Next one. Do you think I can make good money as a remote online notary only? Yes, I know several notaries that only do remote notary. And a lot of them switched over during COVID and they just said, I just want to do work from home for those reasons. But I know one lady in particular, I can see her face. I know she knows I'm talking about her. That's all she does. She said, if it's not wrong, I ain't doing it. Okay. So it's really up to you what you want to make out of it. Miss Barnes is a Shinobi. I don't say your name wrong. What was your schedule like when you worked full-time and first became a notary? I'm just starting out and working full-time with family, trying to figure out management. Okay, so When I first, y'all pray for my head. When I first started, first started as a notary in 2014, I think I was actually working at Red Lobster at the time when I first applied. And I worked in the evening. I did the evening shift serving, and I did notary like whenever people would call me during the day, and on weekends if this was whenever I was out. But then as time went on, I worked also. I added on Qdoba, and I would do it whenever I wasn't at work. So I basically worked around there. But those are really like restaurant jobs are really kind of sporadic scheduling, but it allowed me to, take things up when, I knew if I wasn't going to be at work, I would just take it. I did, yay! But then once I got my call center job, which was like an 8 to 4 job, I took them all in the evening and on weekends. And then I quit my job once I saw, like, I think one day I just was getting frustrated and I just started counting up how much money I was missing being at work. So I figured out how much money I would make in a day. And then I would count up the notifications that I was getting. And after I consistently for about 2 weeks saw that I was missing more money being at my job, I left. And if y'all just joined and you see me in my head, it's because I got my hair done and it hurts. It's a little tight. And so I'm trying to soothe my scalp. Okay. But I think that this industry, notary in itself, is very flexible. Okay, you have no employer. There's no one telling you when you have to be where and when. So if you have a schedule, like with your job, and they give you a schedule, let's say you get a schedule for the week or for the month. You know when you have to be at work, right? Because that's pretty much solid. So just take things around that, and that's how I basically did that. I took things around when I had to be at work. And I did that for a while, for 2 years I did that. And then you say, yes, that fresh retwist be a struggle. Take a Tylenol. Listen, it's okay. It's okay. I never get my hair styled. Y'all know that. I just started doing that as of lately. And my scalp is like, ma'am, we do not do this. Okay. I have done everything when it comes to my business website, all of your classes, but I just can't do it. Wait, Valerie, didn't I see you a few minutes ago? You're afraid. Okay, so Valerie, you asked me about being afraid. You said you've done everything as far as training when it comes to my business website, all of your class websites. Are you saying you just can't go out and do the notary, or you can't do the business website? If you can't do the business website, go to Fiverr, and I'll put that link in here for you. Go to Fiverr.com. Get somebody to do it for you for like $50, $50 to $100. If you're talking about actually going out and getting the notary work, like actually accept, like let's say, I think you're thinking like you get calls, but you're afraid to do it. Honey, you're going to have to go out there. Otherwise, you're going to keep working for somebody else. Okay? You're going to have to just suck it up. And don't think about it in terms of, I guess the way I look at it is you can always go back and get a job, right? But this is an opportunity for you to invest in yourself. You can either build someone else's dreams, and nothing wrong with that if that's what you want to do. But if you don't like what you're doing right now, then you kind of take a chance on yourself. I was afraid to drive when I first started driving, but I'm driving now, no problem, right? Same thing. A lot of us were afraid to ride bikes when we first started riding bikes. You were always afraid. Well, I was anyway, nervous on the first day of school. But after a while, you got used to it, right? So anything that's new sometimes can be intimidating, but you're used to it, right? How many times have you done something that was new and you were afraid of doing it? A lot of times you do that a lot when you're younger. And then, you start doing it. And you're like, this was not. Now you walk into class, your shoes untied. You don't even care. You walk in there like, what's up, y'all? But when you the first day of school, you was all... right? So same concept. Like you just do it. Okay. Let's see. Yes, do it scared anyway. So back to the business credit. If you guys have questions and you just joined out, this is your chance to ask them. I'm gonna be on here until 6:40. So you have me for a whole hour. If you just joined, you're 10 minutes late. We're gonna unpack some things. We're gonna talk about some things and get you guys where you need to be. Okay. Chase Inc. I do want to guarantee it. I have an LLC. It's just for small purchases, monthly fees, and such. So go for it. I will tell you that Chase has a inquiry limit, and I may butcher it, so I could be wrong on the numbers, but there is an inquiry limit. I think it's like, someone tell me, is it like 4 inquiries in a 2-year period? Now, I'm not sure if you're guaranteeing it, if they're going to count your inquiries or not, or they're just going to count the business inquiries. But they do have an inquiry piece. If you already have a Chase on your personal side, it is highly more likely that they'll give it to you as well if you already have a Chase. If you have and also whenever you go open a business checking account, apply for a credit card with that bank as well, because typically they'll give it to you when you're opening the account, especially if you're going to personally guarantee it. Okay. Let's see. Fiverr is for the website help. If you need help with your website, don't get stuck there. Don't just say, oh, I can't do a website, leave me alone. No. Find somebody who can do it. Okay. Next question. How do I get title companies who require a experience to give me a chance as a newbie? Relationship building. So this is not 100% going to work every single time, but if you walk into a place and you're not qualified to be there, the chances of them giving you work is slim to none. However, let's say I meet you at after work, business, happy hour networking thing, and we're vibing and we're connecting and we're talking, and I found out you're a title rep. I say, oh, I'm a notary. You should let me do your closings. Now we're on a personal, warm basis. What I would say is, if you are adamant about work with title companies with no experience, I wouldn't recommend going straight at it unless okay, 2 pieces. One, this is what I would do. If I'm going into an industry that I don't have experience in, I'm going to make friends in that industry first. Why? Because it's just so much easier than walking in cold. When you walk in cold, not to say I don't like cold calling. I've done it and will continue to do it. But my percentage of cold calling success versus warm contact success, I love warm contacts better. And warm contacts are people that you're meeting, in a safer space, like people that you already know. Or let's say if you join a chamber of commerce, or you went to a business networking event, or went to any event, or you met them in a grocery store, whatever the case is, it's different when you meet somebody and you're not in sales mode. And you're just like, oh, and so I've made a lot of contacts that way, just from networking and going out. I prefer to do my networking that way. I prefer to get my clients that way, because in that space, I'm a lot more natural and I can connect to people better. But you have to figure out your best strategy. So for me, I make my best contacts networking. Can I cold call? Yes. Do I like it? Not necessarily. I feel like my strength is social networking, like meeting people in social events, and then finding people's talents, their abilities, their businesses, and then so when I network with a purpose. So I go out with an intention, like, who am I looking for? And then I can find what I'm looking for, target it. So if I'm looking for a title company, I know where I'm going, but I'm going with the thought in mind of what I want. But I'm not coming like, hey guys, we're title companies. No, I'm networking and I'm like, oh, your dress is cute. And we have a conversation. Oh, what do you do? Oh, I'm an escrow officer. Oh my gosh, what title company are you with? And they tell us, like, oh, I've heard of that one. That is awesome. I'm a signing agent, and I've been, I would love to work with your company. That would be amazing. We would have whole girl vibes. Hello. Right? So that's a whole lot more friendlier than if I meet that same person at their title company. I just walk in, I'm like, hi, my name is Vanessa, and I'm a notary signing agent, and I would love that. Not to say that doesn't work. It does. I just prefer warm contacts, personally. But cold contacts still work. But I would recommend definitely getting some experience, not just because of them giving you a chance, but because you don't want to make mistakes. And a lot of times, if you can get some experience going, a lot of things in the loan closing space, when you're going direct, you learn from experience. Like who to call for what. Like I was talking to a company recently. Okay. All right. Okay. I will check. Okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking too. I was talking to a company recently, just like about W-9s. And it's just like, W-9 doesn't have to be notarized, just like, but having that back knowledge, like you can complete a W-9 anytime. Like, it's like that kind of stuff. Like knowing that W-9s are really common documents. You can fill them out yourself and mail them in. Or like what cash to close means. Just some of those terms. Those are bad examples. I'll give an example that would be really good. Something that you learn in the field. What's that you learn in the field? There's a lot of stuff you just learn in the field, and having that experience makes you look more reputable. Like you don't have to, call for every little thing. Okay. My head is really giving me a hard time, but it's okay. Do I have to have a business website? I would recommend it. I highly recommend it. You have to have a Google business page. Listen, highly recommend that. But I would recommend a website too. If we're starting out, can we start out with Ron, or is it better to go out then switch to Ron? Thank you for doing this when you are coming back to Dallas. So, can you start with Ron? Absolutely. You can start with anything you want. I always say start with general notary work and then either hit loan closing or Ron, because it lets you get a feel for the paperwork itself. And if you run right into Ron, now you're learning the paperwork and the technology platform. So now you have to understand two different things. But if you feel like I'm a beast on technology, then it doesn't matter. You're not really learning a whole lot because you understand it pretty much for the most part. So it's personal preference. What do you think about being a notary permit runner? I don't have an opinion. I've never done it. So I really don't know. And that's one thing I will tell you. If I don't know, honey, I'm going to tell you that I don't know. Okay. But a lot of people have been talking about it. A lot of people say they've been doing it. I just don't do it. I've done field inspections. I've done process serving. I've done... what else is there? I'm getting my wedding officiant oath on September 6th. I'll be doing what I had my first call for my first wedding too, but I couldn't do it because you have to have certain qualifications in order for us to do your wedding in Virginia. So I couldn't do that one, but I know there are gonna be more. But it's okay because I couldn't do it now anyway. But anyway, it was fun. Yeah. All right. So I want to tell you guys about some things that's coming up. But if you have questions, put it in the chat. So I want to talk to you guys about a couple things I think are really important. One, we all know that we are in what do you say it? I don't like saying recession, but you guys know right now things are a little funny financially for the world, but for the United States. And I really encourage you guys to diversify your income streams. If you're not a notary, I think notary is a great field to get into because people always get documents notarized regardless. But I think diversification is really, really important. Really, and I was talking about this earlier today when I was reading an article. Was it an article? Or was it a podcast? Might have been a podcast, and they were talking about the layoffs that's happening right now. And it is really interesting because it's like anyone in the financial sector that's really like studies it and talks about it, they're all like, oh yeah, we're in a recession. It's gonna last for about a year, right? But they're like the big companies, they already know it, and they're already planning their layoffs. So they already know who they're laying off. And like there's a lot of companies already that have been doing layoffs. Like was it Carvana? I think not Uber. What's the other one that just did a big layoff? They just did a big one. What is that company? Notarize did a big layoff. Notarize did a big layoff. They let go a third of their staff. They let go. And there was another company that I heard. Now, let me tell you about Tesla. Let me tell you about my man Elon Musk. Okay, Elon Musk is so funny. He sent an email out to his team that was basically like, okay, all you guys that are working from home, we're done with that. Okay. Then he said you can continue to work from home after you come in and do your 40 hours in office. Then you can go home and do overtime at home if you want to. I'm like, wait, listen. That was funny. That was like the boss move of the year. Like that article made me laugh so hard. But he was being sarcastic, but he was serious. Like we're done with all this free labor, like all these free checks I've been getting. It's time to come back in the office and work. Let's see. But I would definitely say right now is the time to diversify your income. Absolutely. And it's just, and I was telling my team that we had our team meeting yesterday. We always have our team meetings on Mondays. And I was telling my team, like, you know, you need to make sure that you're planning accordingly. And I do this anytime there's anything happening in world news or whatever, we always talk about it as a company and we say, hey, this is what's going on. Y'all need to prepare yourselves, get this in order, get that in order. Yeah, don't wait till the last minute looking crazy, trying to figure out what happened. Okay. And so I encourage you guys to do the same thing, to plan accordingly. Basically what that means is, it's just like how it was in 2008. Hopefully it won't be that bad, but it's just like, whenever there's a financial downturn, the people who, and it's, let me tell you something. I had a conversation today, okay, with someone that's in the business funding sector. And we were just talking about the economy or whatever. He was just basically telling me, like, right now, the majority of his clients that he helps, they're all pulling out, money. Like, they're pulling out money, whether if it's equity from other properties or whatever the case is, they're making sure they have cash on hand for the recession, because during this time, they're going, as soon as the recession really hits and those foreclosures hit that market, they're going to rack everything up. And he was like, this is the time where this is investor season, okay? And the investors are sitting back with their lines of credit and their equity already pulled out, and they just waiting. They waiting for it to hit, right? So they're planning. They're already planning. And so you need to be planning, whether you're an investor or, wherever you are, you need to plan accordingly. Like, where do you fall in there? When the economy changes, shifts, as they call it, shifts, what are you going to be doing? Yes, we've seen a decrease in loan closings for refinances. Okay, where are you shifting to, right? And they're already predicting that that's probably going to be, at least minimum 6 months moving into next year. Now, there are other loan closes that will happen, but refinances are down. Okay. And so you have to plan accordingly and shift. You need to shift in your business. And that's something that Bill Soroka and I was talking about, diversifying. If you haven't heard that podcast we were talking about, you need to find out. Okay. And that's one thing we have too, the government contracts. So those contracts are still out there. We were literally just had our last session. What was that, 2 weeks ago? We did our session on government contract thing. And they have contracts open right now, for fingerprinting, for notary. And all you can do is get that contract. A lot of them are for like a year or however long you're going to have them. But that is consistent income, right? Because you have a contract with the government that's not going nowhere. Okay. You can get into, David, I wanted you to get on here and tell everybody how your Ron went. That's what I want you to do. Let's see. Are you busy? If you're not busy, let me know. And I'm going to send you a link. And then you're going to put your video on here. You can tell everybody how. David had a remote online loan closing. And I want him to tell you guys about it. Yes, I did call you out because what I do. That's what I do. I received my notary certificate from Maryland 3 years ago and never received training. Well, we train at notarytonotary.com. Feel free to get into the program. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Angela. You're the best ever. I'm planning to get all the credit money you can get now, not when it happens. Yeah, and that's one thing too, because a lot, it's really hard to get, credit and funding out during the recession. You got to do it beforehand. I mean, during when it's like crazy, like when things are hitting the fan, you got, Tia, where have you been all my life? Where have you been all my life? Where have you been all my life? My phone is just going crazy today, guys, but it's okay. So let's talk about it. So we do have the government contracting series going on. You can get into the full training on Thinkific, or you can just get the lives on Eventbrite. It's really up to you. It's personal preference how you want to do that. But I highly encourage you do that. My phone is going crazy. I'm gonna stop looking at it. Except Vanessa, don't look. Vanessa, don't look. This is Q&A time. So ask your questions. I will tell you that I've been a notary since 2014, been doing it full time since 2016. So what's that? 2016? 6 years. 6 years. And it's been consistent ever since. Okay. And there are some notaries out there been doing it full time longer than me. Okay. David's at a club. David's killing it. Okay, David, let's get it. That makes me happy. But yeah, I just feel like anyone can do this. Really and truly, anyone can get into this space and they can make great money. But it's a business. You have to work it. You have to work your business like a business. You have to apply the pressure. You have to, learn marketing, learn sales, learn client management, learn the basics of the business too. Definitely think pivoting into Ron is awesome. I love Ron. I tell you guys all the time, like Ron is a really quick way to make money. We have a e-notary training here, and it's virtual. And we just added that. Shout out to Kendra, who was like, Vanessa, you should do the e-notary training virtual. And I was like, listen, why didn't I think of that? That's why you got to have a team. That's why you got to have a team who's going to. Tia, you've been doing closings too? You want to hop on here and tell everybody how your closings have been? Tia's been with me for a while. She's been like tiptoeing around, but then her job let her go, and she was like, uh-oh, let me figure this out. Hence the layoffs, okay? You can hop on here and tell everybody how that's been going. I've been doing great in my business, but I had to take a break to get my front and back office together. Okay, to the organization. I love it. The e-notary training in person is $47. For the one this weekend, it's 2 hours. Wait. So there's an e-notary tomorrow. And that's 47 in person. It's only 8 seats available. Well, now it's not 8. I think it's like 6 seats left. And then virtually, I think I added the virtual streaming because now we're going to start virtually streaming our in-person events too, which is super cool. I'm looking for the tickets. I'm going to make sure if you guys just joined, then you don't know yet, but my head is hurting from my hairstyle, but it's okay. I will adjust. Yeah. So the one on Saturday has the virtual option. I just added the one for tomorrow with the virtual option too. So the virtual is 27, in person is 47. Dun, dun. Actually driving right now on my way to an appointment. Oh, all y'all are busy. Yes, South Carolina doesn't have Ron yet. The actual course on e-notary, that's on the website too. I think it says $179 or $279. I'm not 100% sure. I should know how. I have to look at it again. But I did add virtual tickets to the in-person e-notary. That's tomorrow. Government contracting, that's virtual. And that is Thursday at 6 with the replay, of course. And then that's only $27 too. What? Stop playing with me. In-person traditional notary, that's general notary work and loan closing. We cover a little bit of e-notary, but it's primarily general work and loan closing. And like this last, we went over loan docs. So everyone got a sample loan package, and we went over all the loan docs so they could feel comfortable going through loan documents. That's the one on Friday. And then Saturday is 2 trainings. So Saturday is an in-person e-notary, which also has virtual tickets. Let me make sure before I tell you wrong. Then you're like, Vanessa, I don't say virtual tickets. Hey, that's not the way I sound. I know, I'm sorry. I wonder if I've had like one link can it show you guys everything. I'm sure it does. Okay, so that one does have virtual. Okay. And then on Saturday at 1 o'clock also is the SWAM certification. So the Small Women in Business Owned, but that's for Virginia only. So every state has their own, but Virginia's is called SWAM, but every state has their own name for it. Okay. Everybody with me? Is everybody with me? I'm ready. I just bought your Ron training. I'm excited. Well, let's do this thing. Let's do this thing. My head, guys. I think I need to take a nap and come back later. This is Q&A time. So ask me any questions that you want. Ow. My head. Oh, okay. Do you think it's a great idea to take the Ron course, even if your state does not require it yet? if your state allows you to complete RONs, then I think you should, so you know how to do it. If you're saying that, is it a good idea for me to take the RON course and my state does not have RON, that's a personal preference. Do I think all states will eventually get it? Yes, but that's up to you. That's like, Russian roulette. Like, do I think you're gonna get it? Possible, most likely, but it's up to you. Let's see. How do you find out about the SWAM in your state? All you gotta do is put in minority women business certification your state into Google, and you'll see something that comes up like a .gov website, and it'll tell you what it's called. Okay. I'm in Georgia and I'm going to learn. I love it. Let's do this thing. I like it. So yes, this weekend we do have a lot going on, a lot of trainings happening. I just think I've been meeting a lot of people. Oh my gosh, so many people who are like, oh, I want to do this, or they're doing it, but they just need a little bit of help. I've been loving the in-person trainings. It's been amazing, just meeting so many people and helping them get to the next level. And then when they come back, or they're like, oh, I did this, I got that. I told like a lot of them to start doing inspections. And some of them have been really getting into it. Like one of my babies, she's been, I think when she came to class like 2 weeks ago, and she's been booked and busy with inspections. And so that we talk about the non-notary work course. We also talk about it then. The in-persons are fun because it's really where we're able to, I can teach and I can train, but it's so much more we just talk about everything. And so it definitely, I like the in-persons a lot better. Can you tell us more about inspections? So field inspections are basic. I actually have two I need to take care of now. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Field inspections are good because they don't have a time that you have to do it. It's usually like a window. And you basically go to a business or a house or whatever the case is, and when you go there, they'll tell you in your confirmation, what they need pictures and or video, and possibly measurements. And then you can take pictures, take videos, submit it. Some of them have apps that you would submit it to, or emails that you have to send it to. And that's basically it. And that's all. It's typically insurance companies need that kind of stuff for like payouts of, insurance claims or things like that. It just depends on who's getting it done. I have a security clearance for years. And are those credentials beneficial for getting business with contractors or banks? To do what? You mean like for notary? Because that doesn't really matter. If you mean for like field inspections, that probably would help you when it comes to like bidding on government contracts and stuff for field inspections. For inspectors in general, I don't really see how it would be a major difference for notaries, to get contracts with notaries for banks. But maybe I never say no. I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not 100% sure about that. What was I saying? Hey guys, and you guys know we're still running our promo code ACTION on our online courses. Notary to Notary, Notary Signing Agent, eNotary. Y'all want to hear a funny story? Notary Signing Agent, eNotary, and all of them. Business credit, tax financial management. Launch RON is a good one if you want to learn about remote online notary. Actually, that's a great one for you to do. And that was actually a program that we did with the NNA. The NNA, who else is on there? Amy, the owner of Cyberize It, and Roger, the owner of Secured Signings. And that was another thing we were talking about. I was talking to Anastasia. I said, Vanessa, I told Anastasia, I feel like we should do honestly tell all and just start talking about these platforms and say like what's good and what's bad about all of them, because everyone has their preferences. And I feel like, it's good. You have to do your research. That book, my book that had How to Do It Yourself Wrong, got on Amazon. You need to get that book because it really helps you vet these companies when you're looking to, pick a platform. It has a little, what do you call it? Like a questionnaire in there that you can go through and ask these platforms these questions to make sure that you're getting one that works. That it's a lot of things that go into picking a platform for eNotary. It is not as simple as you think it is. I'll tell you that. Okay. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. Okay. And this is a story people always ask me to tell. at our trainings. And so at the end of our trainings, we kind of always end up getting to notary experiences, like at different people's houses, different closings or whatnot. We talk about, different people that you may meet. We talk about safety, things to do, things not to do. And one of the stories that I have told recently, and I said this on YouTube or on Instagram, was about pets. And I'm going to tell you the whole story. But we talk about pets and how you have to be like prepared to deal with people and their pets. And I was telling the story about this dog. So rule of thumb, I always say this: if you don't remember anything I say, remember this, okay? Whenever you go to someone's house to meet with them and they have a gate, shake the gate, okay? And that's what I said, right? Hashtag shake the gate. Say it with me. Hashtag shake the gate. And so that's what I do before I go into anybody's house and it has a gate. I always shake the gate, okay? I tap it, I shake it, I say hello. Because if there is a dog, it will come running, right? And so remember that. Say, Vanessa said, shake the gate, okay? Don't just walk. I'm telling you what I know. Don't you just walk into nobody's house, nobody's yard, and they got a gate right there. You better shake that gate, okay? And so I did that because I know the rules. I know. So I shook the gate. No dog came out. I kept going. I went up to the door. And as I got to the door, I heard the pitter patter of little feet, okay? Little doggy feet, because it's like it's twice the sound of the baby feet, right? So I turn around and it's this dog, this big dog, and he's just like, he's barking and he's like, trying to get me. I swear I was only saved because there was the door, even the hard door, and there was a screen. So I was in between the screen, right? So I was in between the screen. I had their loan box right here, right? And so the dog was like bark, and I'm like shooing this dog, like shooing it with the loan box. And the dog runs back down the stairs. And so I say, a dog is mad. Okay, when a dog turn back around, he look at you and he just growls like, girl, I'm gonna get you and you don't even know it yet, right? So of course no one is outside. Okay, no one is outside. No one can help me. And this whole time, y'all, okay, so for the record, I am very nice and very, very well put together. And I'm very sweet and I'm very kind. Y'all see this face? This is the face of a very professional person. But listen, when my life is on the line, honey, all bets come off. So at this point, I'm like knocking on their door, like with my elbow, I'm kicking it, from the back. Like I'm going crazy on this door because I thought the dog was going to eat me. And so after a little while, the dog runs back down the steps around to the back of the house. And while like all this is happening, I see this like big flower pot. So those big flower pots that typically has like big dirt and flowers in it, was empty, but it was a big one right beside me. And so everything is so crazy how everything happens. So like time is going, but it's like it's moving so slow enough for you to really think it through. So in that time frame, I saw the pot. My plan, I saw the pot and I saw the fence. Remember the pot and the gate, the pot and the gate. And I'm like, okay, Vanessa, mind you, I was dressed up. I had my heels on, baby. Okay. I said, Vanessa, you're going to have to go jump that fence. Because by the time I would have to run. And by the time I run and try to open the fence and then walk out, close it, that dog going to eat me, right? So I said, Vanessa, you're going to have to jump that fence. And I have not jumped a fence in a long time. Okay. In heels, honey. Okay. So as soon as that dog went running back by that house, I grabbed that pot and I took off running, right? I took off running to that fence and I jumped it. But I didn't jump it like a regular jump. I jumped it like I was like Ice Cube and Smokey. That's how I jumped it. Like, y'all like, what? If you know, you know. Okay? If you know, you know. I jumped it like it was Ice Cube and Smokey running from Big Perm. Okay? That's how I jumped that fence. Okay? And when I jumped it, I turned around and the dog was right there barking. And I was like, oh my God, I made it, right? And I went and sat down in my car, my truck. And I was like out of breath and I'm panicking, like fight or flight is over. And so I'm sitting down in my truck. And guess what, y'all? Guess what happened to me? Guess what? You would not believe it. You would not believe it. So I'm sitting in that truck. I'm catching all the air that I could possibly get. And I look on that porch. Do you know the husband walks right outside and is standing there on that porch? So in my mind, this must have been a game to you.
Like, in my mind, you was watching me the whole time. I need to understand because, sir, this was not like a 60-second interaction. This was several minutes, okay? Several minutes. And I feel like you knew, like you was watching me, okay? So I didn't even say nothing. I just sat in the truck a little bit longer because I was trying to decompress, right? And then next thing I know, the wife comes from behind the house. So I guess she was in the backyard gardening. Like their house is big though. So she was back there. And so she walks around and she's all concerned and she's like, oh my gosh, what's going on? And so, I get out the car and she apologized and she was like, I'm so sorry. I wish you would have told me that you were coming. I said, oh, hold on. I did call to confirm. I did. And I spoke to him. Mind you, he is still sitting on that porch, right? Just standing there, right? And she was like, why you didn't tell me so we could put the dog up? Right? Anyway, so y'all know me. I'm already here. I already ran for my life. We got to do this closing. I need to get paid for this, right? So they put the dog up. Or I guess she had, I don't know who the dog was gone at this point. So we're walking inside into the fence. Right. And remember that big flower pot I had? So the big flower pot is now sitting on the ground, like just sitting on the ground, right? By the fence. Because, I dropped it when I jumped, like Ice Cube and Smokey. Okay. And she's like, how'd my flower pot get out here? Listen. Y'all know I'm very professional. Okay. I'm very professional when my life is not on the line. So she's like, how did my flower pot get over here? I looked at her with my professional notary eyes. And I was like, oh, I picked it up because I was going to smack your dog with it. She looked at, what? Your dog was going to get it, okay? And the husband bust out laughing on the porch. And she's like, but he laughing, like dying laughing. And so she looked at him and she's like, what's so funny, honey? What's so funny? And he's like, babe, you don't know how heavy that pot is. Listen, it's the adrenaline for me, okay? But listen, that does not normally happen, for the record. So I can probably tell you, like, out of all of the hundreds of thousands of loan closings that I've done and general notaries that I've done, I probably have only had about 10 incidences that were negative. Okay, so out of thousands of signings and general notary work and e-notary, which e-notary can't really be bad, but I can probably only count, and this is me, I'm not even counting. I'm just saying I know it's not more than 10. I know it's not more than 10. I can tell you off the top of my head. Like, I can go through it. There was a ladybug guy. There's a guy who had a whole bunch of ladybugs in his house, infestation of ladybugs. There's another guy that was a hoarder. Now, in your mind, you're thinking, oh, Vanessa, he had a lot of stuff. No. He had a mountain of stuff, okay? And when I went in there, it's like this house was full. Like, it was piles. Like, you ever seen like something off the Disney Channel? Like, or Dr. Seuss or something, where like piles and piles and piles, and it was dirty. And so I was so scared. I was like, what is happening here? But I was already here. Listen, we're going to get this done, okay? It was that. It was the dog I just told you about. It was another huge dog that this lady could not control. And I'll tell you that story. And then there was one where I did a signing and I was signing with the mother and the daughter started fighting in the living room. It was that. Adult daughters were fighting in the living room. Y'all know, I just started to think I might be a little cuckoo because I definitely was like, okay, ma'am, can you sign here and here? And then I'm out of here. Like, there was that. Hey, Danielle. And there was a man who was very rude and disrespectful, one man. And it took a lot because he kept on coming with it. Then eventually I had to let him have it. And then, you know what's funny though with that story? He was very disrespectful, okay? And I'm being professional, like, okay, sir. All right, let's continue. But after a few blows, you only get a few blows with me, okay? After a few blows, it was just like, sir, how you really feeling? Hold on. Let me put the notary here. Sir, how you really feeling? Okay. But after I checked him, the funny part is after I checked him, he started laughing and he was like, oh, I just wanted to see if you had it in you. That's it. And he was nice the rest of the time. I'm trying to figure out what, like, who does that? Like, I'm not even kidding. He was so nasty. He was so nasty and disrespectful. And I was just like, but after I checked him, he was like, I just want to see you had it in you. We can keep going. And he was nice the rest of the time. Like, who does that? Like, what is that? Are you just testing people to see if they're going to catch an attitude with you? But anyway, I think that's it. I think that might honestly be it. I have very, very few bad incidences that was not a good experience. But I have so many great ones, so many like people that I've met that have been awesome and amazing. The networking is amazing. Notary work in itself is so many different facets to it, and that's something that people will always say, oh, you want to be a notary, you make $5. No, I'm telling you, it's not even about the money. The money is good. Listen to me. Money's good. But it's the networking. I've met so many people. I've been so many places, it really is just eye-opening. I will tell you, like, it was inspiring. When I first started, this is my just being honest moment. When I first started doing loan closings in the end of 2014, and moving in 2015, I wasn't making I was just doing general notary work. So I wasn't making like the six figures. And so my money was funny. Listen, my money was laughing at me. Okay. I have like $1 and it'd be like, okay, my money was laughing at me. That's how funny my money was. Okay. And I would go do these oh, David's here. Hold on. I got to get David on the screen. Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, okay. Good things. I'm excited. Are you wearing pink?
Yeah.
I like it. Okay, shout out to the pink. I love it.
I feel a little sunny today, so
I'm with it. What state are you in?
I'm in PA.
You're where?
In PA, Pennsylvania.
Oh, Pennsylvania. I have to come out there next month. Are you going through some?
Yeah, I haven't.
Oh no, I lost you. Get back in here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
David!
There you go. I'm out in the boonies right now because
oh, your signal's bad.
Yeah, my signal is bad, so I'm like far away from
you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're in Pennsylvania. I won't keep you long because your signal might cut out on us. I'll let you know if I see a monkey in the background, like in the trees, or like something like a dinosaur or something. I'll be your lookout. Okay. So if there's anything coming, because you like you in the woods right now. You like you in the woods. It's like in the movie, like we're having a conversation, and then a snake is coming down. It's like, oh my God. It's like, I'm sorry. I'm done. Okay, listen. Okay, but you said you had a loan closing that was done as a bond. So how did that go?
It was great. It was. I thought it was gonna be harder than it was, but it wasn't. I mean, it took about. Now the only thing is, it did took about 2 hours.
Okay.
The reason why, because it was 2 borrowers. One of them had a bad connection.
Oh.
So he was in a hotel, and the thing is, both those borrowers was out of country. So they was in California, but
okay.
one of them was in not California. I'm sorry, Canada. One was in Canada, and one was in outside of PA. Was in PA, but outside of PA.
Okay.
And the one in PA had a bad connection because he was in a hotel, and the hotel is known for bad connections.
Oh, yeah. You gotta pay for a higher tier. They give you crappy, complimentary. You gotta pay up.
Yeah, exactly. So he was all over the place trying to get a signal. Now, the other borrower that was located actually in Canada had a great connection. So we did her portion first, and it was a breeze. And then we had to go back to him, and that's when it was complications because of
yeah. What platform did you use?
I He was using, and it showed it on the software what type of platform he was using. He was using Windows with Fox.
No. Like, what was the e-notary platform? Was it on like
I was using Notary Cam.
Notary Cam.
And
Okay, Notary Cam coming through. So did Notary Cam give you that signing, or did you bring it on the platform?
I bring it on the platform. So
I didn't know Notary Cam was doing that. They allow you to bring them. Okay.
Yeah, I did my research, and they post that you could do independent work on the platform. So
you got that work from a title company that you network with directly. Look at you! I love it. I'm not gonna make you say unless you want to. You want to tell everybody how much you made?
$150 for that one.
Okay, I like it. That's good. That's good, and that's what I tell everybody. Like, now yours was a little longer, but that's because somebody had bad connection, and that's the thing too. It's like a lot of times it's tech support. Like, you gotta, do you see this? You don't see this? Click this button. What you looking at? You hear me?
On his end, all the documents was not loading up, so it was just hard for him to sign. So it was like I just had to wait till we get a better signal. But other than that, it was great. I mean, because I guess I'm very experienced with tech. So
what do you do in tech?
Well, I used to work in an insurance company, but I do have a background as information systems.
So weren't you the one that was talking about HHDs or something, SSDs?
Yeah.
That was like,
I was cracking up. He was like,
hey, you know what? So Angel works with us. He's one of the coaches. I was telling him about what you said, and I was like, yeah. So he was telling me I need like a HHD, and he was like, what's it? What is it? What's it stand for again?
SSD and
SSD. What does it stand for?
Solid state drive.
Okay, so I was like, yeah, they was telling me I need an SSD, and he was like, yeah, solid state drive, but you need that because, and I was like, okay, excuse me, once again, stop. Y'all know this stuff. We don't know this stuff. Okay.
I don't want to get into it because I get really nerdy when I get into tech, but
that's a good thing. But that's so you have that tech background. The e-notary piece is a breeze to you.
Yeah.
Are you like planning on like transitioning wholly to e-notary, or you like both? Like going out?
Both. I love both. The reason why I love both because I like the communication, the social, meeting up with people. It's always genuine. People are just really glad to get this whole closing over with. So
exactly.
I like the interactions, but the remote notary was pretty cool as well. I was like, wow, this is actually a game changer right here. So
it's fun.
Yeah, so
I might not be as tech savvy as you, but I can do it. Look, I think I'm pretty good. Like, I might not know what all things are called and their abbreviations, but I know how to use them.
And the crazy part is because I know what I'm looking at, that's why I got greater patience. It's all about patience. And with patience and the prepping the work is pretty easy. You just tag everything, this, that, and just tell them where to point. It's just, the support is on their end, what to look for.
Yeah.
And when they know what to look for, when you know what to look for and point them out what they need to look for, is a breeze. So that's why it was pretty easy for me to do it. It was great actually. So I was like, man, my light bulbs start coming upon my head. I was like, oh snaps! I could just go to title companies, state that I've done remote closings. If there's any complications with the borrowers and the lenders, just bring it on to me, and I could just connect. You don't have to be in one place at one time at the same time.
That's true. The one I got yesterday, that was like someone else had it, and I guess I don't know what happened. They couldn't do it, but they literally I had to sign at 5:00. They called me at like 5:50. I mean, like 4:50. Like, can you do this e-closing? And I was like, yeah. And they were just like, okay, what platform? I used Doc Verify yesterday because it's like, so Doc, I know Doc Verify costs more money. I get that. However, Doc Verify is like, you know how your comfortable space? Like, I know Doc Verify. I can do it in my and so it last minute, and they had like Doc Verify has pieces on it that I like. And so I was like, yeah, just send it to me. I'm gonna do it right now. And they're like, really? You can do it right now? So we call everybody else. They're like, oh, can we do it later? And they're like, no, just take it 2 seconds. Give me the stuff. But like, the more you do it, it's just like, come on. But I do think the tagging, like that's the only thing for me yesterday that took a while. It was the tag. Like with loan closing, you gotta tag.
You gotta tag everything, and then you gotta look it over, make sure everything is tagged, and you look it again, and it's crazy. But you get the crazy part. The reason why it wasn't hard for me because when I was first doing loan signings, and I've been doing this for like 3 years now, so I've been in the mix.
Okay. Do you do it full time now?
Oh yeah, I've been doing this for 3 years full time. So yeah.
Oh, I love it. Okay, doing big things. I ain't gonna let you throw your dollars out there. You know, I always do that. How much you making? How much you making? Like, how long it gonna be in my pockets, Ma? Hold on.
We could do that. We could go in depth in another video, but
I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I've been doing this for a minute. But the first time I was doing it, I was been doing tags on the documents because at first I liked it to, make sure everything was correct. And I didn't like stickers and anything like that. So I kind of
I never got into stickers.
Yeah, so I kind of tagged it on my computer, and then I had the mental image of what to expect on the documents. So when
that's the tech coming out of you.
Yeah, it was
background.
That's the tech. So that's why I was so used to doing the tagging because I used to tag anyway on the document all the time, and then I stopped doing it because it was like my version of putting stickers on the paper.
Yeah. I have a question. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I said I'm not gonna hold you because I know you got stuff to do. But how many closings do you do normally? Like you say you do it full time. What's your closing game look like?
It's slow. It did slow down.
Yeah.
On the average now, 3 to 4 a day. I used
That's
to do.
Still good. That's still good.
It's still
good.
Because I'm marketing myself. I went to title companies. I got like 3 or 4 title companies on my belt. The great thing about it is it always fluctuates. It'd be one predominant title company, and then they disappear. So I got the next title company that's takes over.
Yeah,
and it just flips flops. Like one title company to the next. So I'm never out of work. So
I love that.
Yeah.
That
so
awesome.
Yeah. My networking still needs to be worked on.
Well, you're doing good.
I appreciate
it.
Yes.
3 to 4 days is still good, especially now. That's still good.
Yeah.
So what were you doing normally before? Like I was telling everybody before, I was doing like 5 to 10. What was your norm before this like clunk?
Clunk. All right. Which mean? Say that again. It was
like what was your normal before the little slowdown that we're going through right now? Like how many closings?
It was 6 to 8 a day.
Yeah.
It was heavy.
And that's where the great money is.
Yeah.
Now you can relate. I like talking to people because I like talking to everybody for the record. But when I'm talking to somebody and trying to tell them, like, listen, you're not listening to me. Yeah. And then like somebody who's doing it is like, nah, see, you know.
Exactly.
You know what I'm talking about.
And the crazy part, all right, I'm just gonna go in a little bit. So when I first started, I was working. All right, so I quit my other job. I was insurance, and I quit because I had to figure myself out. And when I was starting to get the notifications, I couldn't believe it. And I was still outside of thinking like, this can't be happening. I'm getting orders, requests, and I don't need a degree off of this. I don't need nothing.
Nope.
I just got a certification as a loan, closing and a notary a commission in PA. I was so hard headed. I went back and went for a part-time job
Okay.
at Amazon. And then I was getting these notifications while I was working, and I had to leave that job.
I know you did.
Because I was like, this
don't pay that much.
yeah, it was because I was stuck in that mindset because I was, still in a worker's, mindset, So, and ever since then, I was like, man, I ain't never gonna work for anybody. It's just, it's just.
You've been converted.
Yeah, I mean,
You've been converted. Once you get a taste of it, it's just like it's no going back. Like I can't do that again. I just a schedule what? No, stop. Go away.
Exactly. So
I love it.
So we definitely gotta link up. I definitely gotta go.
And you gotta do another story with me. We're gonna start from the very beginning. We're gonna unpack your journey.
Yeah. That's I'm definitely game. I'm
excited, and I'm excited for you. Really, I love to see us win. Like I love to see everybody win. I love to see people like get out the rat race. Like,
yeah, definitely. I try to. Yeah, this is another story. I try to tell people this, but it's almost like you really gotta be in the right mindset to.
Go ahead, I'm ready.
Take these opportunities, But it's just like, I definitely got a lot of experience in my bag, so we definitely could go link up and try to see, especially the online thing, the Ron.
And you have the tech background. Like I can give you some. I'll help you.
Yeah, I definitely.
I get several requests a day to do them on. I don't do them all. It's my, but I do get the request. I'm working on it. It's something I'm working on. But the money is there to be had. The money is there to be had.
So how that if we did link up, how that's gonna work? Can you send them to me? I still can notarize from my state.
It depends on your state, but typically yes, because it doesn't matter. It's Ron. You're just a notary. You use your own commission. It doesn't matter.
Exactly. It doesn't matter as long as
it doesn't matter. Yeah.
Man, when I was doing that thing, I was like, I felt accomplished. I was like, I can't believe it.
Like loan closings are cool because you can if you get in with a company that you can keep consistent. But I like eNotary general notary work because it's faster and the pay is a little higher. It's higher in comparison to what you're doing.
Right. It's amazing. It's amazing that I haven't done a general or specialized. What you say, specialized notarizations?
With eNotary?
Yeah, I haven't done that yet.
I'll show you.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a lot more calls for that than I do for loan closings. And honestly, that's the way I like it. Because I don't mind doing the loan closing remotely. It's just the tagging that kind of blows me sometimes. It's a lot to tag. And so if I can get, a couple eNotary, general, like specialty or general notary working a day, I'm good with that because I'm still making great money, but I'm only on there for like 5-10 minutes, versus the longer,
Oh man.
Yeah.
And the other thing I had to remember too, I'm so used to using Safari.
No. I will tell you what I learned in the tech space from working on my iNotarize platform. Safari, you probably know this. Tech people use Safari when they want it to be broken. Like because Safari breaks stuff and it doesn't work. So they test it in Safari because typically we have issues within Safari. So that way they can troubleshoot it. That's it. Yeah. But I use Google Chrome. That's it. Chrome. Keep me Chrome. That's it. Keep me Chrome.
Boom.
That's where I live.
That's it. Yeah.
Well, I thank you so much, David. You're the best. You have to send me an email because I don't have your email. Because all I have is your YouTube. There's no email on there. Yeah, just email me so we can come back and do another one, and then I'll help you too. Get your e-notary, that's general and specialty. I'll help you with that.
Yes,
I'll give,
yes.
give you the keys. I'll give you the keys.
I mean, I need the diversification. I need to diversify.
Yes, I'm telling you, I love it. That's why I say you got to diversify everything, multiple streams, even in one business, multiple streams in one business.
All right, I'll send you this link, and then I gotta drop off these docs at FedEx.
Yes, to the drop off of the documents. Okay. All right, I'm stopping. She's so hyped. Thank you, David.
You have a good one.
All right, darling.
All right.
All right, so that was David. He's super awesome, and he just did a run. Well, he just did a closing, not a run, but you know. All right, so that is awesome. That's amazing. I would like to get at least 4 per day. Exactly, all that good stuff. You guys are awesome and amazing. Gotta love a go-getter making it happen. Honey, we all out here making this money. Y'all better get out these Facebook groups of them telling you ain't no money out here. Listen. Listen, okay? But I love you guys. I did say I was leaving at 6:40. It's now 6:46, okay? I put all of our events, all of our trainings, everything in there so you guys can get in and learn how you too can be a 6-figure notary. Okay, diversification is key. Make sure you go on to notarytonotary.com and see what our live events are, our virtual events, and then what's coming up for the Notary Business Center. And if you need help building a notary business, I am here to help you. Okay, just get connected, get in that one-on-one coaching program. You can use promo code ACTION for the one-on-one coaching. Either you'll get myself or Angel as a coach. You can switch between the two to help you with your business. So no excuses. Let's get this together. Time is so valuable. Okay. And that's one thing we were just talking about. Like, I could not get another job because you try to give me a schedule. I'm gonna look at you like you lost your mind. I haven't had a schedule in 6 years. Okay. In 6 years, you would think you put me on a schedule, sir and ma'am. Call out from what? I don't understand. I don't even know how to call out because that's just no, sir, and no, ma'am. Okay. We're not doing that again. But that's one thing that I love so much. I love my time. Y'all know I have babies. And sometimes they just don't feel like it. Sometimes they wake up and like, Mom, today is not the day. I'm looking at my face, Mom. I just can't do it today. And sometimes, you have to have mental health days. There's some days where I just, I know, like you can tell your body when your body needs a rest. And that's kind of where I'm going right now. I'm going to need a rest period. And it's like, I'm going to need a day or two where I just need to go get some massages and some pedicures and some nails and stuff. Because, baby. Or sometimes you just need a day of peace and quiet. Just don't talk. Just don't talk for a minute. Just shh. Right? And you can't go to your job and say that. You can't go there and say, look, I need a mental health day. Okay. Today is not the day. You look at my face. Can you see the stress on my face? Sir, no. Okay. No. Okay. They're gonna look at you like you lost your mind. Okay. But me, honey, I need those days. I need some days where and y'all know it's about to start snowing soon. That summer about to pass. If you in Texas or in Florida, we know y'all don't get no snow. But for everybody else above the Mason-Dixon line, okay, we get snow. But then we're below the Mason-Dixon line, aren't we? Oh, anyway, it's about to start snowing. And y'all know, that being said, I'm going to be in the house. Y'all saw last year when it was snowing and I was doing Ron, okay? Diversification. I was like, I'm not going out. I'm going to sit in here and do these runs. That's what I'm going to do. Listen, okay? I plan accordingly, okay? Let's see. Is the August 18th virtual government contracting with the government Yes, it is. So with the contracting one, you can either get the virtual tickets for each event, which is $27, or you can get the actual course. Now, when you get the course, you can attend the virtual events and you get access to them indefinitely and all the PDF and resources that were uploaded into the course. When you attend the live event, it's just the live event and the replay for 90 days. So it's up to you. That way, anyone, no matter where you are budget-wise, you can still learn the content. So let's say you don't have the whole, I think it's $5 something, but it's half off with the promo code. So it's like $2 something. To get the whole series right now, you can still do the 27 and get each one is 27. So you can come in and get that training and have it for 90 days. So it depends on how you want to work that for yourself. Okay. But that is to help you build your get government contracts. Okay, business building, I'm preparing for contingencies. I like it. That's what I do. A contingency is snow. Okay, because I'll do the snow. And it's funny. I'll do the snow when it just starts snowing sometimes. Like, this is what happens. I'm going to tell you all the time. In Virginia, if you are like in like a middle state in one of these areas, this is what happens, right? And I said this last time. Honey, all they got to do is whisper, it might snow. People start losing their mind here. Okay, they go to the grocery store and they buy everything under the sun. Okay, like, why do you need all that milk? What are you doing? Okay, I'm from New York. We don't do that. It says it's going to snow. Okay, put your boots on and we move on. Not here. No, here. People say it's going to snow, the school's closed, the business is closed, everything's closed. And it's like, all we got was a little sprinkle, maybe, okay? But I'm going to tell you something. As soon as they get on that news channel and say it's a possibility of snow, get your phone. Okay, I guarantee you it's going to start going off. Why? Because all of the notaries in this area, in the state of Virginia at least, they start panicking. And they start giving back all of their signings. And like, oh, I can't do it. And then next thing is ding, 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 ding. And guess what? I'm sitting right here like, I do it. But hold on. It's supposed to snow. So I'm going to need a little more because it's supposed to snow. Okay, I'm going to need that snow payment. Okay, listen. I will fill my schedule on a snow day. Listen. And you make sure when you get it, you make them know, oh, it's snowing. So I'm going to need a little bit more of that. Don't do that. I'm just telling y'all. I mean, one time I went out on a snow day, y'all, and I made $1,200 on a snow day. And I don't think I did that many because it was snowing. It wasn't that many, but I remember when I came home, I was like, look at you racking up $1,200 in one day on a snow day, y'all. I quite enjoyed that. Yes, I did. I will take a snow day. Okay. Because we want to have all our comfort stuff at home. No one want to go out in the snow. I'm that person that DoorDash in the snow. I'm sorry. But I tip you extra. Like, y'all not going to drive, though? Really? No one's going to DoorDash? Really? Okay. Anyway, I'm being extra. All right, y'all. I love you guys. We awesome on purpose. Where do you learn Ron? We have training online at notarytonotary.com. It's our e-notary Ron training. We also have live events. Everything you need to know pertaining to the notary business. We have it at notarytonotary.com. If you didn't know, tell somebody, but ask somebody. All right, guys, I got ready to slip and slide. I love you guys. You can all be six-figure notaries. Okay, you can do this. All you gotta do is learn information, apply. Listen, we on a so-called recession. He went from, what he said, 6 to 8 signings a day to 3 to 4. That's still upwards of $300 to $400 a day. Listen, let's talk about it. Let's get it. Listen, how much is that a month? Put that in your calculator. Shake that up and throw it out. Listen, I gotta go. But I love you guys. You guys are awesome. If you need me, send me an email to info@notarytonotary.com. And until next time, happy signing. Yeah.
Hey guys, have you had a chance to get a copy of my new book, The Ultimate Ron Guide? If you are ready to build a remote online notary business, then this book is what you need. In this book, I give you all the information that you need to know in order to build a successful remote online business, no matter what state you're in, as long as your state authorizes